Hi, everybody. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with today's session. Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm the program manager for the QuickSight Learning Series, and today we have a special topic all about becoming a QuickSight Learning Champion with our October update. And today we have Jill Florent, who is our Principal Customer Success Manager with Amazon QuickSight, who is going to talk about this topic. Really exciting new program, and here we have Jill joining us. All right, so before we get into the session and explain more about what the program is and how to get involved, here is our QuickSight community. And if you go ahead and scan the QR code here, you're able to join a free online learning community with hundreds of learning resources and a really diverse set of Q&A. And if you have any questions following today's session, you can use the tag #learning-champion. Anything with the Learning Champion program will be in the QuickSight community under this tag. So recommend if you have any questions following today's session to use that tag to get them answered. But if you have any questions during today's topic, you can go ahead and put them in the chat and we'll answer them live at the end. And then let me go ahead and link our community in the chat here. So there's the link if you want to register today. It's completely free again, and you can explore this resource after today's session to see all of our learning resources about QuickSight. And then in addition to our learning resources, we have a whole slew of events, including online and in person, listed on the community. So as you may already know, we already have this weekly online learning series for global time zones every Tuesday and Thursday. And then we also have our monthly events hosted by our solution architects team. So that includes First Fridays, which are new feature launches, immersion days, which are every second and third Wednesday, and then an introduction to QuickSight for those of you who are new every first and third Thursday of the month. And then we also have an additional Amazon Q-centric immersion day at the end of this month on the 24th, so highly recommend checking that out. Again, you can look at this QR code or the link I sent in the chat to register for those events today. All right, and then I'm also going to link in this link here, and then that is going to be the rest of our October Learning Series sessions. So we have some topic curation for Amazon Q if you want to attend that, and then an industry demo with Amazon Q as well. So highly recommend signing up for the rest of our learning series sessions for this month. Okay, and so with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Jill, who's going to begin today's session.
Great. Thank you, Maddie. Just a quick kind of opening and summary. About 60 days ago, we started talking about the fact that we were beginning to have a QuickSight Learning Champion program. And so today I'm just going to give you a quick background if you haven't heard about that before, just a few quick points. And then we're going to jump right into what's new for October, including as we run up to the next couple of months. We're exactly 8 weeks away from our big annual reInvent conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, where people come from all around the globe to learn with each other. There will be some exciting activities that we're doing and just giving you some great ways to get involved, take action from data that you have access to, and share insights. So maybe just a couple of words on where we are in the calendar year right now. So as we open up the month of October, we are super excited about having just celebrated 4 years of the QuickSight Learning Series. So thanks, Maddie, for being such a great steward of this program and bringing you multiple times a week new, fresh learning content. We just turned 4 and we have just hit more than 1 million views of all of the content. So there's more than 400 plus resources that are currently available through the QuickSight community, all kinds of articles, videos, discussions, etc. And just we also are celebrating our 1-year birthday for the QuickSight Learning Dashboard. It now is available to everyone in an embedded format right in product, but you can see as we began making that available, we kind of tripled the access to our learning resources, and then we had a really big jump because it's now available to you directly in product. You can see the number of hours that people are spending on it. And so to summarize what we are trying to do with the QuickSight Learning Champions, we are looking for leaders who love to go really deep with getting the most out of QuickSight and sharing that with their key stakeholders. There's a concept that learning is social, and there are certain insights that are baked into how we use QuickSight. As you publish a dashboard with stakeholders, you're really trying to help people create insights from the data that you're giving them access to so that they can turn those data-driven insights into actions that really guide them towards great outcomes. So fundamentally, we're looking for folks who not only want to learn for themselves, but to help others, whether you're getting started and you're trying to help people kind of follow very closely in your footsteps as you learn about the QuickSight community and you begin taking learning courses such as the author courses 1 and 2 or the generative BI course. Those would be a great first start learning experience. You do have to pass a quiz to proceed out of those. And if you've accomplished that, you are eligible to sign up for the Learning Champions program. Whether you're just getting started or going deeper into all of the various features of QuickSight, especially given the rapid pace of innovation and the excitement around the way we're applying generative AI inside QuickSight itself and being able to have really that unified data visualization at hyperscale kind of story, giving you access to not only interactive dashboards, but pixel perfect reports, and even the ability to embed QuickSight into your applications. We want to make it as easy as possible for you to find resources that, combined with your natural curiosity and willingness to encourage, nurture others, and share, and be nurtured and taught by others. What this is all about is helping you to really get the most out of QuickSight. Hang on a second here. This is the set of resources that we closed our introductory session with. So if you are ready to consider leading others on behalf of a small group of stakeholders that you may be supporting with using QuickSight, or on behalf of your organization, we'd love for you to let us know about your intention and your role. So fundamentally, when you share that you want to become a learning champion, we'll begin to get to know you and what account or organization you're familiar with or you're working with. And then when you have achieved some sort of first milestone, the first kind of most basic one is having learned QuickSight either through those courses or by actually using it. And because we have made it so easy for you to use the QuickSight Learning Dashboard, our workshops, our learning series, we actually have moved into a place where it's not just about having a quiz that says that you're smart enough to use this, but in this day and age, it's about how you apply QuickSight in different contexts. So we're going to talk a lot more about what is the short list of things that not only make you eligible to be a learning champion and to be recognized in receiving special access to events and resources, but also how you can really expect to grow and excel as a member of the Learning Champions program, especially as we have powered by QuickSight events that are traveling the globe and our upcoming annual conference. I think you're really going to be wanting to get the most out of the program. And what we're announcing today is that we'd love for you to really dive into Q and QuickSight. And so one of the things that has been a hallmark of the QuickSight community since we relaunched 2 years ago, we've been working very, very hard to make sure that together with the experts who spend a lot of time in the community, that we are paying close attention to questions that get asked so that we can provide good answers. Most of the questions, I'm very pleased to say, are provided by experts who use the system and not necessarily by Amazonians. Our folks go in and kind of help tweak and update some of the solution information, but there's now more than 10,000 questions that have been asked and answered and marked as solved. What we're trying to do today is create a new open-ended discussion on all the ways that you can use Q. And we think that as people begin applying the new kind of easy button for generative AI, within QuickSight and our related services, Q for Business is also something that comes with Author Pro or Reader Pro license for QuickSight. We'd love to help people begin sharing observations, best practices, how you're getting the most out of it. What we hear anecdotally is that the business outcomes and time savings and kind of aha magic of being able to get so much more out of, say, the natural language data Q&A or executive summaries or data stories, those things are really meaningful to others. And especially because of some of the change involved in trying new things, it's really most helpful to be shown by someone that you trust and that you know and that you've come to know how they work, what's going on. So we'd love for you to be thinking about, as you look at how you queue, I almost think of it as like there's five, I think of it as a 5Q kind of a project. And everybody learns themselves beginning a little bit on your own or maybe with somebody who you trust who's helping you. But then we'd love for you to share when you're comfortable what you're working on and what your findings are. And as you progress along, that notion of sharing your intention and then your expertise with us, that's where filling out forms and letting us know what you're trying to get out of Q and how you're going about it is so important. So I wanted to get a little bit more into the detail about what we see as being kind of the way that we'd like to recognize you for participating with QuickSight and sharing your expertise, as well as kind of the way to gain really kind of top level access. In the past 2 years, we had been really recognizing the folks who are our community experts who provide a lot of those answers in the community. And those folks who have been recognized as top experts for any quarter or year, for instance, David Wong here, Eric, Sanjeev, et cetera, all of these folks are sort of, they have to actually sign up and say, I want to be a learning champion, but you're eligible because of the way that you've been sharing your expertise. So there's a form that when you take a picture of this QR code, that would be how you can illustrate to us not only what your role and company and what kind of stakeholders you work with, but your account information. And we're happy to make sure that if you just share with us your dashboard or account information, that if you've already started sharing highly scaled examples of great use cases, we're happy to start with where you are. You don't have to go in and just take tests and so on to prove your expertise. In addition, we continue to expect that it's important for everyone to the greatest degree possible to take good care of the community and go in and not only answer questions, but submit posts and help really steward the community. If there's an answer that you think there's an update to, that's a really great example of something that you'll get credit for contributing to the sort of the way that the community thrives. Just this last month, we were celebrating our top expert of the quarter, David Wong. Here's a blog post that we just published at the end of September last week about his expertise. One of his articles that he had written on the community just last year, this time, is one of the really, really highly leveraged articles about level-aware calculations. And so this is what we like to do, and we'd like to actually be able to recognize those folks who dive really into both using Q and as you become successful in learning how to get the most out of Q, sharing it with others. So that's where I'd like to spend time talking now about some good examples where, for instance, the 5 key topics that we want to reward and recognize would be how you use QuickSight and Q with depth, so that you go really deep into a particular set of capabilities. This is an example for those of us who have been at QuickSight for a while. I think Arun Santosh, who's one of our principal global solutions architects, he's actually, in many cases, the original creator, along with Adnan, of the QuickSight workshops that we kicked off our author fall learning series 4 years ago with. Most recently, he had done something really deep with how you can use the natural language query queue capabilities in the embedded version. So when you think about how deep you can go, he's actually created the Demo Central website, the workshops, and the QuickSight Arena. So just being able to take a look here at this particular most recent one, the technical level is 300 to 400 for embedding Q into your application. So that's a great example of what I would consider a depth kind of expertise. Another person, Ying Wang, who has been at QuickSight for a very long time, she knows about QuickSight across all the different types of use cases. She actually came up with originally the best way, the admin console of using QuickSight's CloudTrail and API and all the information from those APIs to do the admin usage reporting on a single pane of glass. And so she's not only familiar with all kinds of different application use cases, she's supported some of our largest customer, but the breadth of the way that she's helping to not only deploy QuickSight, but help others learn about it using blog posts. She's one of the most prolific, I think, aside from our product management leader, she's written the most blog posts across all sorts of different topics. Another category of recognition that we really care about is how you share and how many people you share that with. In order to really make meaningful change, it is important that we make things accessible. So from a scale perspective and having really great impact, Sapna Maheshwari is one of our solutions architects that has literally gone viral on our YouTube channel. So many people contribute their kind of really big first jumps of having used QuickSight to a 2.5-hour workshop that she did a couple of years back, which has gotten more than 75,000 views on YouTube. And so the Building Advanced Analytics workshop, it's now available in different smaller chunks, but so many people really contributed or really benefited from the way that she was contributing her knowledge. So that would be another thing. These are 3 of what I consider to be 5 core areas. I think almost the opposite of what we were just talking about is also something that we really expect to recognize and reward. So depth, breadth, scale, and also just the way that you encourage and nurture people to feel a sense of this was really helpful. It really meant a lot to me. It helped advance things. If you go on the QuickSight community and you just search for the words, helpful on the community, you'll see that there's a lot of people who are willing to share their stories. And there's a lot of people, when you see a workshop, the encouragement that you get in exchange or in the comments is really important. Novelty is also something that we really recognize. So the kinds of attributes that we would expect as people begin sharing their personal stories with us that we really like to recognize include innovation, community sharing and nurturing, scale, breadth, and depth. The other thing that is really important, I'm going to just spend a few minutes talking about this. We have been moving towards this moment with QuickSight being one of the first applications to really leverage generative AI inside. And I felt really moved by this blog post that our executive leader, Wood, had recently shared on LinkedIn. And so these are the 6 different things he thinks in this blog post really help illustrate a framework for how we may be at this moment of really significant change. And so I will share this link in the community. He says, what does it take to change the world? And then in fact, if you're being intellectually honest, we're not sure yet that Gen AI is really going to change the world. It's not as simple as a technology, but in fact, he says that there's this 6-phase cycle that we really go through. And he talks in a meaningful way about how insight is sort of the first thing, but that in fact, an insight and an observation is the beginning of an identification that a problem's worth solving. But every insight happens in the context of dozens of insights that are being generated by other people and groups of people. And so when he talks through the context and the importance of like a breakthrough of a new way of doing things, a new service or tool, and then making that accessible, I think this is actually where we are. And so as a learning community, the fact that we began this one-to-many sort of way of sharing our limited expertise with our subject matter experts several years back, that was a big jump forward for us now having reached 1 million users. But I think this notion of the QuickSight Learning Dashboard is something that when we look at using QuickSight itself as a way of launching your learning and insight experiences, that's something that we really want to make sure that as you see how quickly you can move from insight into action, we want to make that as accessible as possible. And so the foundation that we have built, and I'm sure you'll all enjoy this article, I will share it in the chat window, is something that I do want to just recognize that this is kind of what we're trying to do in terms of making available to you the kind of insights that are available from within the built out QuickSight dashboard. So for those of you that complete the QuickSight Learning Champions expertise form, not that I intend to be a QuickSight champion, but like show us what you're doing with Q and QuickSight against those criteria, going deep or going broad or taking really good care of someone who is coming right behind you that you're helping move from onboarding to adoption or adoption to learning how to share their knowledge. Those stories are what we would like to recognize. And the very first and most important thing is giving you direct access to the QuickSight Learning Dashboard with all of its resources if you'd like to have that within your own account. So let me share with you a little bit more about what we're doing inside of Amazon to leverage this foundation.
We launched our Amazon QuickSight Learning Dashboard, allowing you to explore the hundreds of available resources QuickSight offers inside of a QuickSight dashboard. With the Learning Dashboard, you get to use the product to learn it. Filter through our hundreds of learning resources by your persona, technical level, and type of content to get just what you're looking for. Dive deep into each sheet and interact with the Learning Dashboard just as you would for one in your QuickSight account. After the general availability announcement earlier this year of Amazon Q and QuickSight, we've added new Gen BI sheets to teach you how to use Q as an Author Pro and a Reader Pro. And now with your Amazon BI account, use Save As and edit the dashboard from our gallery. Think of it like a sandbox environment to use Amazon Q. To enable Save As, open the Amazon QuickSight Learning Dashboard gallery and click on the dashboard you want to save. You'll be brought into the dashboard. Navigate to the top right of the screen to find the Save button. Name your analysis and click Save. Now in your new analysis, begin using the features of Amazon Q and QuickSight. For example, you can use the datasets downloaded into the dashboard and build a Q topic to refine insights and add more Amazon Q capabilities. You can then change the analysis as an Author Pro by building new visuals using Q, adding calculated fields to the dashboard, and edit existing visuals. Finally, you can publish your Q Enhanced analysis to explore how you can use Amazon Q as a Reader Pro. Ask questions on the data with generative Q&A, and get an executive summary of the dashboard's insights. You can also build a data story with Amazon Q using a prompt that you create. Share your learnings and stay connected with the thousands of QuickSight users inside our QuickSight community. Scan the QR code here to join and find our QuickSight Learning Dashboard.
So that is an example of what we consider to be this opportunity for you to leverage the foundation that's built and iterate and just accelerate your learning and the learning of those people with you. And whether you're trying 5 new things or whether you're trying one new thing in 5 different ways or with 5 different people or with 500 people, we know that what we're seeing inside of Amazon itself and with the early adopters of QuickSight and the Learning Dashboard in the community, that notion of starting with all of the examples of the dashboards and Q topics that are already built for you in the Learning Dashboard is something that we hope that you'll really enjoy and then continue to share your stories. I also wanted to call out that just a week ago, we're at that moment in time where there's so much happening right now. There is a brand new AI challenge that has been uh, launched by trying to harness the transformative potential of AI for climate action, gender, and health. So it's an AI for Equity challenge that we're partnering with the International Research Center on Artificial Intelligence and Zindi. And so we're going to share this in the blog post as well. This is a chance for you to actually identify both problems that need to be solved and get partnered with kind of winning teams that we're going to be funding to help address the solutions. So it's this really exciting challenge. It's happening right now. And we think the generative AI components of QuickSight and the related services are a really great fit for this. And it's a great way to consider applying what you have access to from within QuickSight. As a reminder, everyone within their QuickSight environment has access directly to the Getting Started button in the upper corner that gives you access to the learning dashboard right from the get-go. So we have the link in the QuickSight Getting Started area of the community that takes you directly to the embedded version of the dashboard. We're just simply saying that if you sign up to be a QuickSight Learning Champion and share your expertise with us, that allows us to then share with you this entire dashboard in a JSON format that you can then build from here. So you can either learn from it as inspiration or learn from it as a building block, depending on how deep you're ready to go with your learning experience with QuickSight. Now, as we begin moving towards our big event at the end of the year, many folks have come to really enjoy connecting with the QuickSight specialists and product managers in what we call the QuickSight Breakfast Club. And so the love that people are sharing, not only online in the community, but when we get together in person, is really exciting. And we are very, very encouraged about the likelihood that the kind of environment that we've had in the past is going to now be really magnified this year with more of a VIP experience. So if you go ahead and let us know what you're working on in terms of your QuickSight learning activities against those 5 criteria: depth, breadth, scale, nurturing, and innovation or novelty. Those are the kind of things that we're hoping we can have a panel that selects a group that can actually have a really amazing in-person kind of live conversation to share that with any of the attendees that come by the QuickSight Gen AI, Gen BI events at reInvent. So please go ahead and start working with Q and QuickSight if you haven't already, and then let's open up a discussion about those things in the community. I probably should have mentioned earlier, but I have a special recognition and appreciation for anyone who does office hours. That's a core part of how we and our partners and many folks get answers to the toughest questions inside Amazon. But the expectation I have is that we're going to be using the hashtag Learning Champion as a way to begin having a lot more discussions about the way that you're using QuickSight in your context, and maybe not necessarily just to have an open shut answer. You know, there's a lot of things that we just want to have a ongoing discussion where we're building upon ideas. And so I will be kicking this off today, and we'll start sharing my slides, the resources that we've shared in that environment, and would love to begin having you, again, share your intention about how we can support you more as a learning champion.
Awesome. I do want to share this one last resource before we wrap up. So we are launching a specific survey for Amazon QuickSight on Gartner. And if you go ahead and scan this QR code and you're a QuickSight enthusiast and want to leave a review, you do actually get a $25 Visa gift card. So you can either scan the QR code on the screen here, which I have, or you can go ahead and click on this link, which I am about to send in chat. All right, so I just sent the link in the chat, and if you want to give a review on Gartner, you're only allowed to submit it once, but once you do get a $25 Visa gift card. So just want to leave that on the screen here, if anyone's interested in filling that out.
Because the other thing that I would encourage you to think about is think about it that we have Arena as a place where you can share a dashboard that you've created that illustrates how you're using QuickSight. It's just as important to us that if you're using QuickSight in a public way and it gets a lot of attention either on Arena or if you post it onto LinkedIn and you get a lot of shares from that, that would contribute towards that concept of scale. And so, we'll be taking a really close look with our panel at, making invitations for special events based on the kind of things that you do to really go deep, broad, or quickly towards innovation. And certainly we've talked about it in a few different ways, the scale. But most importantly, it's the fundamental of kind of each one teach one. Like let's bring folks along, and even if it means looking for people who are newly joining the community and have kind of newbie questions, and you're just the one that welcomes them in a way that they know they're in the right place and they're going to be able to be successful because they can predict that they're going to get great help and examples from other people in the community. That's also something that is just super positive for the way that people are able to keep up with the pace of innovation and keep up with, helping drive those incredible business outcomes that we all know are possible with QuickSight. So thanks everyone for tuning in today. I would just say, let's open up a conversation in the community and kind of keep the learning going.
Yes, definitely. If anyone has questions, again, use the tag #learning-champion, and we'll be in there this week answering them and being able to connect further on there. But with that, thank you all so much for joining today's session. Hope you all learned something new and found this program really exciting and want to be a part of it. And tune in for next week where we're going to overview topic curation with Amazon Q and QuickSight. And thanks, Jill, again for presenting today's program and being here to support all of our learners. So thanks everybody. I'm going to go ahead and close out this session.